What is going on, people? The DigiByte community. I'm Script Skynet, your host of the DigiByte Comm Talk. I'm here with Cooper Daniels. Now, Cooper Daniels is his own host and media phenomenon here recently that I've paid attention to on YouTube called the ReCoop. Mr. Cooper, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? How did you get into crypto? And yeah, we'll start there.
All right. What's up, everybody? Well, I'm, relatively new, I guess, to crypto. Last year, when everything sort of sorry for swearing.
Go ahead. Go swear all you want. We'll forgive Jesus later.
But when everything kind of went crazy, I don't know, like I kind of freaked out, and my decision was to buy some gold, get a gun and like fantasize about moving to Montana. And
nice.
And I did it, except for moving to Montana. And because I'm in the middle, I'm in Los Angeles, and all around me things were going crazy. And I just was watching the money just be printed. And then, once like we're just handing out a lot of money, and I was thinking, damn, like I started to worry about that, and I started to worry about inflation. And what I knew to do was, gold is what I kind of thought of. And then I kind of sat back and watched as, things like Bitcoin outperformed gold. And I thought to myself, like, man, I've kind of always thought that I just didn't really think much about cryptocurrency. I just kind of wondered, I knew people were making money off it. I didn't really understand it. And, but I started to pay attention as I saw kind of gold just sit there, and then Bitcoin kind of do great. And eventually I was kind of like, I need to figure this out. So I started looking into it, started buying some Bitcoin. Gold stayed the same. Gold, it did what I promised. It's still it's worth more than it was. It held its value. So I guess that's all right. But and then, I just kind of started to dabble, and then I bought some Bitcoin, I bought some Ethereum. I started to talk to some buddies and just try to understand it more. And so that was probably, late last year is when I started to really start to look at it. And then I found DigiByte. I had a buddy earlier this year he texted me, you should buy Dogecoin, right? And it was like 3 cents, right? And I was like, fucking, what is Dogecoin? And I had known that Elon Musk was tweeting about it, and I saw that there was some hype, and I saw that he was buying it at like less than a penny, and he was like, look, buy it at 3 cents. So all I had was a Coinbase account. So I was like, fuck it, I'll buy some Dogecoin, whatever. And then I tried to get Binance, and then they wouldn't verify me. But then as I started to look into Dogecoin, I was like, why is this like, what? I get it's funny. Like, it's funny. And it's successful at that. It's been, it's a joke that was made 7 years ago, and it's still funny. So that's a good joke, but so I appreciate that actually about it. And, but I was like, man, there's an unlimited supply. Like, and then I started to like, then they say that there's a cap, per year, and then it's like a controlled inflationary coin. So I started to kind of understand what they're trying to, how they're trying to spin it. But I was like, there's got to be something better than this. Like, it can't just be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin, right? So then I just started to look, and, the first thing I actually found was DigiByte. And
that's really interesting.
Yeah.
That like, you're like, hey, the thought is like, there's got to be something better. And then lo and behold, DigiByte was right there when you were thinking about it.
That is actually what happened. Like, I was, I'm on StockTwits, and I was sort of new to StockTwits, and I was looking there and kind of going to different coins, and like most of the places I would end up were kind of like shit shows, just a lot of bears and just a lot of just nonsense. And then I found my way to DigiByte, and it was like a group of cool, like it just seemed like level-headed people, and people were like quick to like give information, and it just all seemed, I don't know, it just felt good. And I was like, oh, what is this?
Yeah.
And I just started to look into it, and I was like, oh, this makes sense. Like, so much of it made sense to me. So I decided to look more into it, and then I bought some, and then I bought some more, and I bought some more, and then I started talking about it. Yeah.
So I also noticed that, you talk about a wide variety of things. I think you first started out. What was your first video? Was it Voyager? No.
No. Well, what happened is, I mean, this is all new. You know, the ReCoop is a new thing, and I decided that I was going to start doing it without really knowing what I was doing, and I was just going to do it, and I still, you know, I'm still just figuring it out. But you know, I was like, okay, so I'm invested in equities, and you know, I'm in the stock market, and I've been into that for a long time. So I'd have like friends ask me about like how green hydrogen worked, or what was a SPAC, or like,
wow.
So people would, you know, call me and ask me like about shit like that. Like they wanted me to explain it. And I thought, oh, maybe. And then I would look online and I would watch people and I'd be like, oh, maybe I can make this, maybe there's a way for me to make this kind of funny, you know, because I have a little bit of a history in comedy. So
really? Well, why don't you venture off there? Because you remind me of don't take this the wrong way, but when I was younger, I always thought that dry humor was the funniest.
Mm-hmm.
And I think because most people are more vulgar in their, you know, comedic life, it just wasn't funny to me anymore. It's like dry, serious humor, dude, gets me going because it's kind of like a Norm Macdonald kind of humor. But I forget the guy that was on stand up, very, very dry, and he goes, "This is me and appreciation of me bowling," and he goes, gutter. Like,
is that
I would crack up, but no one else would crack up. I'd be like, that is hilarious. That is the future of comedy right there.
Yeah. Is this my phone or is this my computer? Oh no, we're good. Okay. Are you talking about, have you seen Half Baked? Are you talking about the guy on the couch?
That guy, and there was another guy.
What's his name?
There was another guy that he played the sidler in Seinfeld, where he was ching ching ching. He would sidle up next to somebody.
Oh no,
you don't remember that? But no, he is one of the other dry humor guys. Yes, for sure. Hold on, we lost you, Cooper. Okay, go ahead. You're back.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're good now.
Good. Yeah, I lost you too. But yeah, so I caught you with you like the dry humor. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you know, I mean, I've done a little bit of stand up, and
really, that's cool.
I mean, I like the laugh, you know, and so yeah. I forgot what did you ask me?
So what was your stand-up gig? I mean, tell us a little bit about that, because it's really not so much about me here. It's about you. So like what was your first stand-up gig like? Like what was it? Were you nervous? Did you have it down pat? Did you nail it? What was your thing?
Well, yeah, it wasn't that long ago. I mean, I guess it was. Time's flying, but it was a few years ago. And, you know, I got to it a little bit later. It was something that I was always kind of scared of, but I always wanted to do it. And so my first actual time was at the Comedy Store. I don't know if you've heard of the Comedy Store, but it's a pretty famous, it's a pretty famous comedy club in Los Angeles. And yeah, dude, I mean, was I scared?
Did they record it?
I felt like I literally, it was like the thoughts in my head were like at this point, I think I'd rather die than go up there, because like it was packed. You know, you have like you're sitting in this green room. There's like pictures of like, you know, Rodney Dangerfield on the wall, and then it was my first time, and then like a bunch of comics that I knew were going up before me. Like these were actual comics, and I thought that, you know, I was going to be going up there with buddies, but the producer of the show I was on and I was like, oh, connection that's messing us up.
Yeah, it is. I don't know
why.
Good? I'm good. You're about to tell us before you went on stage?
This is upsetting. Yeah. Yeah. So before I went on stage, it was one of those things where you feel like you're kind of walking to just, I guess, death, public humiliation. Like, you go up there and you just do it, and then people laugh, and then it gets fun. But yeah, no, pretty terrifying.
Well, right on, man. Yeah, it
Pretty
seems
terrifying.
like we're having bad connections all the time, apparently. But
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
are still here, so
Cool.
we got an awesome group. By the way, on your side, you should have comments. You should be able to view comments, and that's the people
Oh, okay.
commenting
Yeah, I don't
right
see
now.
Oh, okay.
Should be comments.
All right. I got it. I don't see
You see it?
them, but no.
Should be. I don't know where it would be down. Maybe down the middle, on the right side, something like that. Maybe the left side. So, has any of your comic relief been recorded, and is it on YouTube or what?
Well, yeah, I was. Did I ever put it up there? I mean,
Do you have it recorded?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Now
I
you
got.
need to put it on YouTube.
Yeah, I should.
You should put it on YouTube. Is it good recording?
Yeah, I got a couple good ones. I got one. You appreciate it. You said you don't really like the vulgar. I worked at a set that was I talked basically about my life, and like in the comedy that I was doing, it was talking about my life and mainly just making fun of me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You always start making fun of yourself because it gets the audience relating to you and really having that connection with you, with just knowing that you're a down to earth kind of guy, making fun of yourself. That's how you break people in. You don't get all, well, only very few comedians can pull the pride card and nail it, kind of like Dave Chappelle, or I don't know. In a way, he figured it out in his own.
You know who does the cocky asshole really well is Anthony Jeselnik. That guy.
Yeah, Anthony Jeselnik. That guy. Panel. That guy. Yeah, he is.
He's like somehow that guy pulls off being like the most arrogant man in the world. He's probably not at all.
He's funny.
Yeah. But he can write a good joke.
Anthony Jeselnik. I remember I was cracking up, laughing, man. Just watching the comedians go by. Like, there has been a lot of great ones.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Who was your favorite comedian before we talk about DigiByte?
Oh yeah. Sorry. I mean, I love Bill Burr, and I like Bill Burr. I like Tom Segura, Chappelle, Chris Rock.
Chris Rock is doing some kind of serious, like scary movie, kind of like Seven or something. Like, he's a cop and he's serious. Kind of hard to see him serious, but I think he's a better actor serious than he is
as a comic. Yeah, I mean, I remember liking his stuff a while ago, so I always think of him like somebody that I like. And he always talked about his life in an honest way that I appreciated. Yeah, I mean, I love Rogan, but
I don't ever laugh at Rogan's jokes.
It's
he
funny.
Always seems really high to me when he says something that he thinks is funny.
It's true. Yeah,
unless if I'm high with him,
right?
I don't know if he's funny or not. Really, to tell you the truth.
Right. It's fun. I mean, I guess I do sort of like him more just as like a podcaster, but I did appreciate, which I never actually liked, but his last special that I did, the last one on Netflix, I thought was pretty good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Gotcha. I remember Rogan when he came out for like freaking Disney Channel, man, when he was little. Like,
really?
Oh yeah, like Britney Spears came out Disney Channel when she was little. Justin Timberlake came out when it's a big Disney conspiracy over there.
Oh, I know. Ryan Gosling, I think.
Yeah. Crazy. But some of the videos that you do, you do need to, now that you have a really good YouTube channel. I mean, you come at it like I posted on Twitter, like come out with some facts. With DigiByte, come out with some facts like a baseball bat smack dab in their faces. And that's sometimes how you have to hit people. You know, I'll reach people the way I reach people. Might not be the most efficient way, but who's looking for efficient anyway when you're trying to reach people?
Right.
You're just trying to do it the best way you can. We learn that process, but you have that. Yeah, you have that knack that it's in your face. You hit the people right between the eyes with a baseball bat, and it's funny. I mean, it's funny. So
that's cool.
And you document through some of the like cypherpunks and all that. So most people don't even reach that far, you know, with their research. So I mean, you definitely digged in your research, and I appreciate that. And right now, before we go further, why don't you tell us where everybody that's just now seeing who you are, where to find you?
Well, the ReCoop on YouTube. You know, I've been kind of a, you know, I'm not a huge fan of social media, so I'm just now like kind of looking at my Twitter. And so you follow, or trying, you know, starting on Twitter. I mean, look at me. I'm like the fucking.
I had to hit you up.
150 years old. I'm starting Twitter.
I had to hit you up, man. Like, where's your Twitter, bro?
Yeah, and I was like, well, it's like at some point.
We can talk on Twitter, man.
At some point, it's embarrassing. I'm like, oh yeah, here's my Twitter. I've got, you know, but
well, otherwise it's speaking openly, like, hey, yo, interview, bro, like on YouTube comments.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, you know, subscribe on if you can. You know, go check out the videos on YouTube at the ReCoop.
At the ReCoop, there you have it, guys. It is funny, it is educational, and he does do his research. So, and I'm genuinely thankful for that, because a lot of people on YouTube just don't do any research. They just kind of learn and pick from people that are already doing YouTube. I mean, if you're picking wisdom from people that are already doing YouTube, you're not doing your own research.
No, and that's what I find that, like, actually when I do resort to doing that, I get even just more. I'm like, wait a second. So no, I definitely try to find actual sources and, you know, pull from.
Yeah,
for sure. And, you know, look, and I'm learning as I go. You know, I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to figure it out. I love to do it. I like to tell jokes. I like to do the research. I'm interested in it, and you know, I believe in it. So
how far do you think you're going to take this?
I'm going to keep doing it. I have no idea how far I'm going to take it. I don't know what it's going to look like. But I've told myself that I'm just going to keep doing it. I can be one of those people that start something and, like, you know, whatever. But I'm just going to keep doing it.
I think being you is perfect, and that you have a comedy background, you know, stand-up comedy background is perfect for what you're doing with crypto, and that's going to relate to a lot of people. And I really think that's huge, because the more people that come into space that have original ideas, they're going to make it. It's not so much the people that are just copying another person, that's copying another person, copying.
Right.
You know, I feel like community-driven personality, I can talk to anybody. Like, I'll reach out to anybody because I can talk to anybody.
Yeah.
That's my personality. A lot of people don't have that gift. I guess you can call it a gift. I'm just saying, like, I'll reach out to anybody. Like, I reached out to you, and I'm like, I wonder what this guy. I wonder what the first time we're going to meet, what we're going to say, and stuff like that, because I think you have tremendous talent. At the same time, I'm like, man, you have something. It's kind of like when I first reached out to Economic Ninja, and he had like 150, 200 subscribers, just scraping and crawling, and he mentioned DigiByte and DigiAssets, assetizing your own house or, you know, series of houses on a block and assetize them on the DigiByte blockchain, right, through DigiAssets. And I was like, man, this guy's got something already, so I'll reach out and talk to him and refer to him. His channel just blew up. I mean, he knows everything economics, so.
Right.
And he does venture off into other cryptos and talk about the ones that he redeems to be legit, and DigiByte is one of them. But watching your journey, man, it's really cool because you're giving facts, especially about DigiByte, and you give this like raw dry humor it hits home to me, man, because
Cool.
I remember, you know, in Living Color, Saturday Night Live, those kind of things. Stand up was a big thing for me. But when you mentioned Half Baked, yeah, I watched that thing a billion times, probably.
Yeah,
Probably 21 billion times. Probably the
me.
cap of DigiByte right there. But yeah, like you got it going on, man. I'm really curious where you're going to take it, and I hope you continue to do that research that no one else is doing. Kind of like not just so much the hype, not just so much which coin is the hot coin, who's hot, who's not, kind of deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
How it came about is really informative. I mean, other than what the other big YouTubers say, that's more important. Like I did a one about Captain Crunch, Steve Jobs, how all these original hackers before the web came out were hacking the telephones.
Right.
Steve Jobs and Captain Crunch, man, they nailed people. I mean, they were able to listen to the White House. So you got, and those hackers just wanted to be decentralized from basically what was to come. I mean, through the phone lines. Yeah. They wanted to be decentralized, but it wasn't called decentralized back then. They were called hackers. They're bad people,
Yeah.
Of course, then later you got white hat and black hat, So keep doing that research, man.
Yeah, man. And, and I also I want to approach it in a way where hopefully I can explain it to people that don't quite. Most of my research is all right, I can understand this, and I just don't want to get in the habit of regurgitating stuff that I think makes sense. I want to be able to maybe, if I'm explaining it to, my girlfriend or whatever, doesn't know anything about it, try to get her to understand it, or, and then pull it out and then, kind of try to make a joke about it just so it's a little more relatable and accessible to, people, but at the same time, base it in facts and, maybe, and I try to keep it quick, I'm figuring it out.
Yeah.
And I can't see the comments, by the way. So if everyone's everybody's just talking mad shit.
Maybe you take your mouse and just point all over the sidebars, low bars, because I got Jared when I was interviewing him to pull it up.
He figured it out. Well, that guy probably knows a little more how to. That guy's probably
his first time on StreamYard, he was executing code and stuff.
Yeah, right.
What's going on over here?
That's amazing.
I'm melting.
Yeah. I don't see it. It's okay.
Hey guys, if you guys have anything to ask Cooper Daniels about the ReCoop on his YouTube channel or anything in this matter, you guys know he's a comedian, stand-up comedian. Yeah. Now, have you always felt that you were a comedian? Did you realize that was something that you already said you loved it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up loving it. Like you mentioned in Living Color, fucking Jim Carrey was as a kid, he was my hero. And so I loved him and Robin Williams. And yeah, I was always kind of the dude that wanted to make the room laugh, for sure. That's always been my personality. And,
you ever write down some of your best jokes? Sometimes some of the best jokes are on the fly with a stranger, and you get that gratification, but you never write it down. Do you write them down?
Man, and that happens all the time. And you're oh man, that was the best. And then a couple hours later, you're you can't remember it, or you just remember one part of it and it's no longer funny. I've been finding with this, I almost, they're just kind of coming as I'm just messing around, but.
Yeah, I think one of your key traits is to continue to put the comedy in. If maybe 3 different ways within, that's what's going to keep you alive, not just doing research, but keeping your videos entertaining, because I really do, man, because when people, I can't stand, although I do my own view time on YouTube and I watch everybody that talks about DigiByte. And I mean everybody. So anybody that talked about DigiByte, I watch you. Yeah, even the Korean guys are right, and just make sure they're on point. You know what I mean? Like, I'll watch their comments, or I'll put on closed caption. You know, whatever.
Right.
I will make sure everything's cool. You know
All
what I
right.
mean?
So do you actually correct them? So I could rely on you to be like, hey man, like this is not accurate.
I do comment, and I try to correct as nicely as possible. Some people are straight up correctors, like, dude, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do this. I even got it too, like, your intro's too long, you suck, you talk too slow. And I'm like, thank you for your lovely. I will take these lovely comments to heart and all that stuff.
Well, YouTube is. I didn't realize that they're very aggressive in taking down comments or not showing, like making comments not public. Or maybe I have a setting that's making that happen. But
no, yeah, you need to go on YouTube on your computer and make on your account on YouTube and make your comments available. What's going on is you have people that either play the good part, and if they see a WhatsApp commenter, someone that's following you can report them, and they would remove the WhatsApp commenter, or you should do it right away. If you see somebody trying to portray you, or another person saying this person on Telegram is the bomb, you know what I mean? Like, they'll make you a lot of money. Get rid of those people.
Yeah. There was like guys like talking about gold or invested in Bitcoin, and then there's like automatically like 20 comments. I had a guy that was very upset at me about what I said about Craig Wright.
Oh no! How dare you? How dare! I want to hear do some Craig Wright his or research and start nailing him to the wall.
Yeah,
we got the developers already doing it, but man, if you can get that research,
well, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't wrong about that. But no. Yeah, he was like, Then I was like, oh, and he wasn't that bad, but he was calling me a moron and stuff because I guess he's invested in BSV or whatever. Yeah, but so
you're a moron.
Yeah. Okay.
I see the top TA guys talking about BSV is going really high, guys. Listen, watch my channel, subscribe, tick the bell. You guys need to listen to what I have to say. Right now, we're in an E-Wave, whatever. Like,
okay.
Like, you had me at A-Wave a long time ago, but when you start talking about E-Waves, man,
yes, too much.
BSV and not like DigiByte. Dude, you're out there, man. You are straight out there. But I was like following this guy forever, and the Elliott waves made sense, because over a period of time, the Elliott waves are literally through the correction and, the hyper, bullishness or whatever.
Right.
Go off top, but it all makes sense. But yeah, you see where people stand in certain, cryptocurrencies and then they start talking about, it's like, are you paying attention to do you know who is who here created this and claiming to be Satoshi? And the dude's like, oh, we're going to make that company open my keys for me because I'm Satoshi. Like, wait a minute. If you're Satoshi, you need to open up your own wallet, dude.
Yeah, right? It's pretty easy. Yeah. I was thinking about something, and this is a question about DigiByte, and I'll ask you. So it's going to be fully mined. The 21 billion will be fully mined in 2035, and then what I was wondering is once that happens, and then so transaction fees are going to be what keeps it secure. And are we worried about those transaction fees? Is there an idea? Is there because that'll push them up, correct? Or,
you mean when we're done minting the DigiByte?
Yeah, in 2035. That's what I was trying to figure that out earlier.
So we have a few things that we discuss in the community from the developer side and the community side, and what actually makes sense, maybe long term.
Right.
So, proof of work is probably the absolute, fundamental, essential for decentralization originally, because it cost people something to make or mint a DigiByte or a Bitcoin. Okay. So it's going to cost somebody to participate, but you participating, you're being rewarded with what you believe in the network on the public ledger, which is a Bitcoin or a DigiByte.
Right.
So over time, that appreciates in value, right? You stack and stack and stack over what costs you. So you paid for it. You paid the price while somebody else profits. Okay. So that's a whole different, thinking about that. But proof of work is like, I mean, have you ever talked to people and try to hire people that are like, I do auto body repair and paint. I need people. I need people bad. I do all the Amazon vans in my town, my city. And you talk to them and they're so arrogant, or they're like, yeah, I can do that. Yeah. Oh, you don't have flag time? Oh man. I go, but I pay 30% of the job. Well, I just do it this way. I know what I'm talking about. I'll just do it this way. Yet they're not willing to learn a way. I talked about my boss and my friend about this owning a business. But the whole point is they already think that they know what's going on. They disregard what they could be taught or shown by people that already sacrificed much. People just want to do things by their own accord instead of build or be careful how they build upon another man's foundation. So much of a woman's foundation, so much of what someone's already sacrificed blood, sweat, and tears. This person's like, oh, let's just throw a bunch of crap on it. So you got to be careful. But over time, I think proof of work still will validate every transaction, and people that mine DigiByte will, just like Bitcoin, will get paid in DigiByte. Okay, just wouldn't be a higher block reward like it usually was, because now all of them are minted and everybody has them. But the transactions, everybody has to pay for it. Even very minuscule transactions for DigiByte, hundreds of a penny kind of such stuff. But I've seen DigiByte, get pretty high up there. I mean, like the cost of, doing things for DigiByte when it hit 18 cents were higher than I was used to seeing, but man, super cheap compared. I mean, we're talking about 1,000x cheaper than, Ethereum or, or even Matic for that reason. So like it still functions. Yeah, everybody still gets paid. It's just over time, mining is going to be so efficient. You're not even going to be like it ain't going to cost the miner anything to generate those funds from the transaction fees, which were minuscule. But many people believe that maybe proof of stake is the future, and that will be integrated in the DigiByte blockchain algorithms as well.
Yeah, I watched an interview from a few years ago the other day. DigiByte memes. I think he tweeted it, and it was Josiah, and they were talking about a couple of years ago. They were talking about the possibility of maybe making proof of stake one of the mining algorithms, or I guess they were just
Well, over time, I think many people believe proof of stake is the cure. Now, if you're doing proof of work, I think the cure for proof of work is just stay proof of work, get over time cheaper, high efficient machines that do way better than when we started, like the calculator. The original calculator used to be as big as a building, man. Mm-hmm. Now they're in our phones as an app that doesn't take a little bit of space. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, shoot, man. Yeah. But you get what I'm saying. Over time, everything's going to be better. So
yeah, for sure.
It's going to be cheaper, more efficient. And not only that, one of the algos in the soon to be hard fork for DigiByte, once it's approved to the developers and anybody that knows a thing or two about development and code, they can prove and participate in choosing, the upgrades. And of course, it has to go through high scrutiny before. We never had that. That's the greatest thing that's ever happened to the DigiByte development. So before, people are putting code that could harm the DigiByte blockchain, but now we fixed it, so it's all good.
Cool.
But mining with, like, one of the algorithms would be CPU mining XMRig. Before that even happens, it has to be, basically approved and voted on, or verified before it even gets implemented, right, on the DigiByte blockchain. But once we get that thing, everybody that has a CPU in their computer will mine DigiByte, for nothing. I mean, you already pay for your computer to run. I leave my computer on, guys. I don't even turn it off.
Yeah, me too.
It's got lights and it's spinning around with several fans. Probably overkill. It's got this like thing coming out. It's got a coolant and stuff like that. Like, I don't even know what it is. But anyway, it's like it's got its own heartbeat over there. You just leave it on. Like, turn it on, shut it off. It might damage the processor. Who knows? It might burn out the sync thing core or whatever. But the thing is like, yeah. I mean, no matter which way we go, I think the developers were kicking around the proof of stake idea because proof of stake will be getting way better in the future. But proof of work is what seriously costs people to make it worth something. So people actually spend their own. It's just like original Bitcoin when it started, proof of work. I've seen plenty of Bitcoin documentaries about people mining Bitcoin, think it's the future, costing them a lot of money, and buying the next upgrade of machines and doing this in their basement and all this jazz. And I was part of that movement with Litecoin into DigiByte. Cool. So it was kind of like the next generation of miners, from Bitcoin into Ethereum, Litecoin, DigiByte. So, and you can throw Doge in there because Doge is merged with Litecoin, and merge mining and solo mining. I think solo mining is like key to making more profit off your miners. If you have an ASIC miner off Script or SHA-256, solo mining would be the way to go on peer-to-peer or P2 pool. But you can also merge mine your DigiByte, and you can mine DigiByte off your miner and Doge, or mine DigiByte and Litecoins, or Doge and Litecoin. So not only does Doge survive off Litecoin, and that's the only code it has to survive, you can merge mine Doge and DigiByte on your own pool, P2 pool. So solo mining.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that Jared Tate tweeted, a couple weeks ago about how Litecoin basically is what keeps Doge secure. I mean,
without Litecoin, Doge is dead.
Right.
And Elon's like tweeting like, we're gonna make it 100x faster or whatever he's tweeted. It made no sense. Problem is I don't even think he realizes that Doge exists because of Litecoin network.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder if he realizes that now.
Dude, I'm pretty sure he saw the tweets. It's just, is it registering? No. He's more in that hype cycle community. Like, no, I got my faves over here. They love me. And people from the DigiByte community are like, hey, Elon, if you did this, this, and this, we already thought about that. It's DigiByte.
You're right.
But then he's really think he's going to listen? Like,
just dogs and memes, man. Like, he's like, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
This thing's a pride thing for him now. Like, he picked the wrong coin to promote, truthfully. Because let's face it, he's the creator of PayPal.
Right.
And he sold it. Now he's a SpaceX billionaire. We're going to the moon, literally to Mars first. You know what? Forget the moon. We're going to Mars first, then we'll venture back to the moon. What kind of sense is that? Like, does that make sense? And we're going to take Tesla's name. We're not going to give him any glory.
Yeah.
Yes. Battery powered cars and whatnot. But I mean, kudos to him wanting to improve Dogecoin, talking to the developers. That developers came out and said, no, he ain't talking to us. Like, I don't know who he's talking to.
He's talking to somebody.
Who do you believe at this point? Like, do you believe the people that been in crypto and crypto Twitter?
Yeah.
Or do you believe in Elon Musk and going to Mars? Like, dude, I'll believe the crypto Twitter in a heartbeat.
For sure.
Even if he is wrong.
It's wild to kind of, be somebody watching it and just being like, wow, this guy's he does have an influence on the price, the price of the market. It seems, you know. What do you think?
What does Elon remind you of? If you had to pick like a historical figure,
yeah, right.
It's kind of laughable at this point, but he started good and now it's laughable. It's like, who's running the show? He's in Neuralink. I saw his pitch on Neuralink about controlling the pigs, data through their spine, watching them.
Right. Wasn't he like he was like a monkey, like he implanted a chip in a monkey and the monkey was able to play a game with like his mind. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess
they were able to see that on the software. Oh, look, he's playing a game with their mind.
Oh man. All I really see him, I mean, every time I think of him as like Wario, like when he was in Saturday Night Live and he in that outfit for Wario. I thought that was so fucking funny. So, but
it was kind of funny. Like some of the latest, like some of the Saturday Night Live comedy skits in 2020 were funny, but at the same time, like, whoa, Jim Carrey, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, he was like a little. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I love Jim Carrey, and I don't know how I mean, the funniest parts to me were like when he would be Ace Ventura. You know what I mean? Like he would whip out like an alrighty then or something.
Oh yeah. Back in in Living Color, first time I seen Jim Carrey, it wasn't Fire Marshal Bill, and everybody knows about Fire Marshal Bill, right? I remember when the next episode after the first appearance of Fire Marshal Bill, Fire Marshal Bill was big, and they were making a bunch of commercials about it, like, oh, we got something big here. But his skits before that were much funnier.
Yeah.
Like, there was a reporter randomly in between the skits. This girl was talking about, in the forest today, this is a green forest, and we have forest trees. We're saving the forest trees, and we're being really serious about saving the trees. And Jim Carrey, as like a guy in a business suit, starts walking behind the camera, and then notices he was on camera, and he was like, he looks over there, and he comes back, and then scene comes back. He's like the Chainsaw Massacre or Jason, somebody like. Dude, are you kidding me? That's just hilarious.
Best. That was the best. Yeah, that's the Jim Carrey that I remember for sure. Yeah.
So is there anything that you want to? Actually, I've had fun. We've only been on for 43 minutes. I want this to continue.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't even know what I've said, to be honest. But we're good.
Dude, you gotta promise me to put your comedy on your YouTube.
All right, I will.
You got to, man.
I'll do it.
Everybody has to know who you are.
That's true.
And dude, I really think that your comedy and the things that you bring to the table in crypto is actually gonna make you special.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
I really do. And I will continue watching you. I like finding the next person that's serious about it. Like, I talk to a lot of people on my channel. I really think that they're the next best thing, and it's really the people that have a different point of view,
cool, and
come at a different with a different way about it. Like, they're tired of seeing the same old thing. Like Gladden TV, for instance. Like, that kid, he tells his real story from his heart, his mind. He's actually explaining it as he's going through life, as with a commitment with the ladies, shopping and everything, talking about crypto, and no one gives him any recognition, man. I mean, there are. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we got this DigiByte community that's watching him, but like, you're the next best thing, dude. Like, I want you to bring your comedy in it. That's what I want to do.
I'm trying, and
it's so fun. It's funny. I wonder if people notice it though.
The comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder sometimes too. I'm like, is that even funny? Like, whatever. I don't know. I mean, I thought when I compared Craig Wright to Katherine Heigl, I thought that was funny. But I was like, people think that's funny. But anyways, it doesn't.
I like your seriousness though. Like right now, you're loose, you're cool, you're chill. but through your videos, you got the eyes that stare in the soul. And dude, I
Yeah.
can't stop laughing, dude.
Cool.
Dude,
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's
yeah.
good.
But I don't know if everybody feels that way, but just bring it all, dude. Bring up as much comedy as you can.
Yeah.
I think the reason why it's so funny to me is because it's factual.
Yeah.
It's so factual, and you tell it how it is. Bam.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. So shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm glad it's coming off at least to you. You know.
Dude, that's like I said, man. I try to find the next big thing. I try to encourage people do what they feel free doing, and not to mislead the people. That's all. I mean, that's all I care about.
I don't. I try to be very careful to not talk about things that I'm not sure are accurate. I'm not saying that I'm going to be perfect about that, but I'm trying to be careful about what I put out there. And if I don't know, then I try to, if I'm watching it, I'll be like, I'm going to cut that out because I don't even know if that's true or that doesn't make sense, or, I'm not going to be perfect about that for sure. People are
feel free to ask the DigiByte community. Feel free to ask me questions. I'll tell you straight up answers.
Cool.
Or give you the guy and let him know. I'll let them know, or the lady. I will literally give you the source.
Cool.
So you can ask them the question.
That's awesome. And yeah, and if you, if anybody ever has any, an opinion about, if I misrepresent something, I'm definitely open to hearing about it. And if suggestions about a video, if there's something that you think that would be cool to be, that isn't being talked about, that's something about DigiByte that is important that I don't understand, and I'm definitely willing to look into it and try to.
I got something. Maybe you can hear me. Maybe you might want to rewatch this, but I did a thing called Blockchain Wars. It failed miserably. I did a couple of part 1, part 2. Started off with the Star Wars theme. It's on my videos.
Okay.
Star Wars theme. It came out with a whole story about the UTXO blockchains and then how proof of stake came in and tried to dismantle them. Okay.
Right.
I thought it was good, but it didn't get very many views. But when you watch episode 1, episode 2, I almost made episode 3. I was literally bringing forth the UTXO blockchains and through dominance of the wars, controlling the wars over ADA and VeChain and the likes, and protecting Litecoin, Bitcoin, old protocols through multi-algo DigiShield.
Right.
I was trying to do something that people would make sense. I don't think a lot of people got it. Maybe because it was just pictures, music, and a storyline.
That's funny that you say UTXO, because that's a topic that I totally just jumped ship.
UTXO is we mean jump ship, you don't know or you're on it.
In my video, instead of trying to explain it, I just made a joke about it and just moved on. I pretended to explain it and then it just didn't,
Yeah, it's Bitcoin is UTXO blockchain.
Right, Litecoin. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin and Litecoin and Doge, they're all UTXO.
Then you have Ethereum and Script, okay? Right. So those models, basically DigiByte literally took over all that and DigiByte took 5 mining algorithms and made it where it's much efficient. Now, it's probably the best UTXO blockchain in existence and the only one that actually is the best. I mean, if you want to look at it that way, if you want to see it that way, it's not the first, but it's the less, and it's pushed off into the background, right? We already got our UTXO. Most people don't even know what a UTXO is.
Right.
But now it's proof of stake this, proof of stake that.
Yeah, everybody's, yeah.
So, but I really do think that, over time, DigiByte, you never know. DigiByte might become 5 proof of stake algorithms. You don't know. The capabilities, you don't know. None of us know. So just think about those things. It's just one of those things that, but I try to come through an explanation, a storyline of a Star Wars pitch of the birth of Bitcoin through the battle that UTXO and proof of stake models like intergalactic war, and it didn't get a lot of views, but maybe if
it's
you
still
could,
up there.
it is, you can watch it. It's Blockchain Wars. You'll watch both of them. If it starts talking about Litecoin in trouble, then maybe you should watch the other one. But it has nothing to do with the price.
Okay. All right.
All about code.
Okay.
And it really is about code. So maybe not enough developers watch it. But maybe in some of your things that you are doing, like coming at with the comedy 1-2 punch kind of thing, make it funny, is like basically you're going to do a lot. You're going to have to do a lot of research on this one. Sometimes that's why it's good to pick people's brains, or current events, mainly current events. If you can just start current event and then start doing the research on how they got there and why they're feuding or whatever,
right,
that'd be cool too. And then you could basically find out where you get the upper hand and make a mollywop on the whole situation where it doesn't really matter. Like the whole community knows it doesn't really freaking matter. People are just, swinging their pride around or swinging their junk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all.
So the research. So what you were suggesting is
the criticism that I got.
What was your criticism?
My criticism was just how maybe. I mean, you got the skills, man. I mean, I really can't really.
Well, yeah, but I guess your suggestion is you were talking about the UTXO and how, and emphasizing how it is truly like the best UTXO blockchain.
But it got swatted down by DeFi and proof of stake and all that.
Got it. All right.
Because we really don't know. There's not enough developers to get interested. It's hard code, man. It's hard code. More developers are more on the copy and paste model.
Right.
You got to be a freaking genius to know about UTXO, man. I don't care who you are. And all the Ethereum protocols were birthed from UTXO model anyway. So I don't know how far you can take that, but a lot of people don't like UTXO models anymore. They don't like the BAAS. So that's what DigiByte is, a BAAS.
Right.
UTXO model, but multi-algo, first of its kind. So it's like, yeah, it's just Bitcoin on steroids.
Right.
Times 5. I mean, it doesn't get any recognition. Most, like Coinbase, for instance, like it has a description of DigiByte.
Right.
Is trying to solve the mining distribution consensus to protect from decentralized mining. Like, what kind of crap is that? Like, I get what you're saying, Coinbase, but like trying to solve, you mean it solved it. Like, you just need more. We just need more. We need the masses using it. Is the thing.
Yeah. Well, that was when I stumbled on it, and then I used it and saw how fast it was, and then just looked into it. I was like, why is this thing so, like, why doesn't anybody talk about this? Why is there no hype around it? Like, it just seems like this really kind of perfect thing is just sitting there and it's being ignored. And that's what kind of got me to want to talk about it, was because, not that I had anybody listening, but
you had the DigiByte community.
Then that was fucking awesome. And I didn't even, it just came from a point of me looking at this thinking, this is like, it's a shame that nobody knows about this. Now I have a bunch of friends that know about it. So, and then, people are watching, and that's cool. But I just thought it made no sense. It makes no sense that, like, why does Coinbase refuse to list it? I just, is it because it's so decentralized? Is there like a monetary thing?
That's a big thing. I think DigiByte, from my friends that I talk to, my trustworthy friends, I think DigiByte is going to be utilized as a utility network that it's free to people no matter where they are, right? Like, that's basically the ethos of DigiByte, right? Keep it decentralized. Don't bog it down. Don't put, like Jared said, don't put all the unnecessary bloat on the blockchain. You'll slow it down, kind of like Ethereum and the high gas fees.
Right.
Just basically to harness the alternate current through a plugin. just like we have power today. Just imagine DigiByte as alternate current. We don't need to slow or stop the alternate current. We just need to have that plug. That's it. And we can do what we want infinitely, right? But as we do that, no matter what research you do or network you do, just please people, don't try to steal, manipulate, and all this jack. We're trying to get away from that. That's what makes us decentralized. We respect people, but we don't try to manipulate the situation where it's just us and it's always going to be us, follow me kind of thing.
Right.
We just want to be harnessing the alternate current, and anybody can do it. That's what we want. That's what we don't want. Unnecessary bloat, code, data on the DigiByte blockchain. We want a high speed, man.
That's it, and it is, right? I mean, it is. That's all true. Or is there like?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is all true.
There's
developers that try. There's people. I shouldn't say just developers. There's people keeping it that way.
That's right. All right.
Cool. That's all the surety that I need too. When I heard that, I was like, yeah.
That's it. I mean, right.
That's it.
You know?
The minds are great at work, and there are people that are super passionate about DigiByte. I'm glad you're in. I believe, okay. Oh, Crypty Girl said, I like the comedy angle.
Cool.
See? Yeah.
Thanks, Crypty Girl.
And Crypty Girl is one of the core members of the DigiByte awareness team.
Awesome.
Very she's very good at her craft, getting people going, with the right ideas, getting a mob at the goal, basically. Where
nice.
It's all about reaching people.
Yeah.
Sharing she's sharing the live stream. Oh,
sweet. She
likes your comedy, bro.
There we go. Well, I like that she likes it. I'm new to here, so I'll be checking everybody out and following them, and trying to be more, a bigger part of not bigger part. I'll just try to be part of the community.
I'm sorry. So I'm scrolling while I scroll the comments, is there like any last words? Make it 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Like, is there something that you want to let the viewers understand from your point of view, or just tell us a little bit about yourself, a little more into your end goal of what you're doing on your channel? Whatever. Just tell me something. I'm going to look through these comments, see if they ask you a question.
Okay, so yeah, see if there's anything there. I mean, my end goal, basically what I sought out to do was just to start doing it. And so I'm going to try to refine it and get better and learn more. And so I guess I will leave you guys with, I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to, if anybody has an idea about something that you think needs to be talked about or is being ignored, I'm open to that. I'll try to keep, the videos consistent, and I'll try to keep them funny. And I don't know, that's it. I'm learning. I'm learning in public, basically. So, and I've appreciated the support from the community. That's for sure. Like it was surprising to me because, I did a couple of videos and nobody's watching, and then it's like I did a video and put DigiByte in the title, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh shit, it was just, there was a lot of support and people came through.
DigiByte people in there.
Some people started watching. I was like, all right.
It seems like most of the people are blown away that out of shape too, and you notice it, right?
Yeah, I was like, and I barely even know you. I was like,
yeah.
Looks good, man. You look good.
I couldn't let you show me up, man. You're a good-looking guy, man.
Yeah, you're like, I got a chin. There's a chin under this. You needed to show everybody your chin.
I think the girls love the chin. They're
liking the chin, man.
Yeah, I barely have a little dimple here, but I think they're here for you. I got more girls tonight than any other night.
Also, you were like, I'm going to show you. Well, I like
No,
I
I
like
think
I like how you're in the dark with this like cool blue light, and it's like I'm here like with like my car headlights on my face.
But
Like,
that's how we're used to seeing, right? That's how we're used to seeing you. That's your thing,
yeah, I
man.
know. I even got I even put my plants up. I got my plants up and everything.
What what kind of plants are those?
Oh, dude, don't ask me those questions.
Those your
I don't know.
I got some
I'm
plants.
sure
here
somebody
too, man.
knows. Is this a fiddle fig? Is this a fiddle fig? And this is a, I don't know. Oh, what do you got?
I got this is why you gotta come prepared, dude.
Oh, see, you got the cheat sheet.
The polka dot plant.
You got the polka dot plant.
That no pun intended. No polka dot plant. Let's see what I got up here. Huh?
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you got all the.
I don't know. Oh, the parade of roses. That's it.
Parade of roses, the polka dot.
Yeah.
I know one of these plants in my house is called a fiddle fig. I know that for a fact.
I think I have like the crown of thorns over there.
Oh yeah, cool.
It's a plant. I don't see any thorns on it. It's just weird.
It's just a plant called that.
Freaking plant called crown of thorns. All right. Yeah, everybody. I want you to follow Cooper Daniels. Please go watch the ReCoop on YouTube. It's called the ReCoop
That's it.
by Cooper Daniels, and follow him on Twitter. Right?
Yeah, do it. I'll try to.
Is it like Cooper Daniels on Twitter, or is it Daniel Coopers?
It's Coop _ Daniels.
Okay, guys. At least follow him, subscribe on his YouTube called The ReCoop.
Yeah, do that.
I really appreciate you coming on the channel, Daniels.
Yeah, man.
And I had a blast, man. We need to do it again. I can't wait to see where your channel goes, and oh man, Crypty Girl's on it. Thank you, Crypty.
Thank you.
Shared it.
Awesome.
So yeah, best wishes to your channel. Bring your comedy. Please do the stand-up. Explain it before it starts showing. I don't know. Be you, man. This is good.
Here we go. Cool, man. I appreciate your support.
Yeah. So I'm gonna leave everybody with. I did a new intro, so I'm gonna make it the outro instead of the the anonymous hacker guy. But this is the new intro I will be using, and some of it has blockchain wars in it. Some are NFT DigiAssets from DGB for DigiAsset X, the new website that will be launching soon. It glorifies the smart contract execution aspect layer of DigiAssets for DigiByte. So I'm going to show that, but I just want you to say goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
And stick around. Don't leave, man. Please don't leave.
I'll stick around. I'm not leaving. All right, cool.